And meanwhile, in the background, Chris Eubank Jr. is actually doing a little bit of work. Conor Benn, as we saw, did a reasonable amount of work, gave us a little bit of a show. Eubank in there with Jonathan Banks. He trained him for his last fight. His fight before that, of course, it was Brian McIntyre, who had some logistical issues exiting Great Britain, I think is probably the diplomatic way to put it. And so he's been with Jonathan Banks, who is a very experienced trainer. And we saw a clip of him talking to Eubank yesterday. And the gist of it was that he's not trying to reinvent the wheel. When you've got somebody who's that age, who has had a lot of success, you don't want to try and completely change them in a way that maybe Roy Jones did try and do. You've got to work with what they're good at and with what they're comfortable doing.
Yeah, you've got to work with what they've got. That's worked for them. They've been successful, so it works. You've just got to try and put your own bit of polish on that. As you see, you know, he's a good coach. He's been around a long time, worked with lots of different fighters, and he'll know that. He'll know that you can't change a fighter at this stage in his career. You've just got to get him fit, get him sharp, get him motivated, mentally focused, and if you can add a few little nuances here and there, great.
Yeah, and it almost seemed to be around the time that Chris Eubank started calling for the Crawford fight. When I first saw that, I thought that you still had the same trainer. I didn't know how it was going to work, but obviously we've seen him, he's moved to Banks, and he's confident in the work he's doing. He's looked relaxed, he's looked confident. The whole process, really, he's been enjoying the little wind-up. Maybe it's just not